So I've heard about it. I've actually got it. I know what it looks like, but how the heck do I use it? Help me, Quinton.
The interceptor, the pepper spray.
Okay.
I'm sure a lot of people have spoken about it. They said it works. And I can tell you personally, it does work. If you have a baby, if you grab me, crash off. From here, distance keep here. You try and grab tight to me. Straight away, you go close. Just empty that spray out. Push.
Hello and welcome to the show. Now, as usual, always have someone interesting. The last time Quinton was on the show, you guys knew there was trouble. Today it's double trouble. He is here. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Here, Johnson, I'm going to start on your side. Everybody in the country knows who you are. And not many people who are now they're starting to know that you are pregnant and there's issues around that with regards to self-defense and that kind of thing. People have been reading that in the papers. I know that we've been seeing in the newspapers Quinton now at your side, and we thought that he was protecting you, but he's not. He's teaching you how to protect yourself.
Yes.
Where did this all start?
Well, for me personally, being pregnant this time around, it has been a couple of years since my first baby, and just getting this very anxious feeling walking around, realizing that if I were to be in a position where someone attacks me, hurts me, or even attempts to rob me, what am I going to do? And I've been training with Quinton for a few years now, learning a bit of Muay Thai, learning how to defend. And what came to my mind was, golly gosh, I'm pregnant now. So what do I do having this big belly in front of me? Well, I've got a semi-big belly in front of me, but what do you do? You know, and that's where the whole idea for self-defense for pregnant women came about.
So you were on the Muay Thai drive.
Yes.
And it's now just about adapting that
to where my life is right now, yeah, a lifestyle change.
If you want to come in there and just explain what was the next step? Was it something that you always did in terms of training pregnant women, or is there a special syllabus for this one?
Well, there's no special syllabus because whatever you're doing, because at the time you have flight and fight, your body reacts differently. You forget your surroundings. And I think especially for women who are pregnant, they're much more stronger. I mean, that's what I've had experienced, and they're much more weird and they're more aggressive. But it has to be because they're protecting, because it's another person. And I think it's great because now you just adapt to it. It's the same technique, but of course you got to look at, you become a bigger target because now you've got other things to think about, and that's why it's welcome to the world. And of course, when you have pregnant, well, I'm not sure, as an experience, you feel differently, your mind sets off, and, especially as Kia being a celebrity, she's on her phone, and we forget sometimes just to think and breathe. And then we think to observe, to see everything, and just getting yourself back together again. So I think it's very important, especially with today's world, anything can happen.
But that's the thing, it's not just about my experience personally, it's that whether you're a woman who's pregnant, whether you're a woman on your own, your chances of being attacked, it is there. It's life, it's reality.
And that's the part I wanted to go through, and that was, I know it's a weird question to ask, but there are people walking around today that says, there's a pregnant woman going, she might be a bit more hopeless than what she normally is, so let's go for it.
Unfortunately, that is the situation. There was a couple of, I've read about this where they do a personality profile on you, someone that's about to attack you or rob you. So they're literally watching you to see if you are that soft target at the end of the day. And that's what I am right now, is a soft target, as are many mothers out there. So it's almost like, you can't do certain things because you've got this baby to protect. So you can't go totally crazy. But there must be something. And that is why I ended up by Quinton saying, well, what is there that I can do? There must be something. One thing I think, my personal feeling on everything is that I hate feeling helpless. And when I started getting heavier and heavier, I started feeling helpless. And you must know, I get up very early hours of the morning. I'm driving alone to my work. I get out in a place where I have to like watch all the time what's going on. So for me, it's that scare that sits inside my heart. What do I do? What do I do? And I don't want to be panicked in a situation like that. I want to know what my tools are at the end of the day.
So you continued the Muay Thai focus throughout the pregnancy, but like Quinton said, just adapted that a little bit for what you're actually doing now. So what was that adaptation?
And, sorry to interject, but that it's not impossible, that anything is possible. It doesn't mean that because you're pregnant, you can't defend yourself.
I see this picture in my mind, and you're walking around the road, and you can see, pregnant and that sort of thing, and you're just breaking out into some ninja move. Okay, like that must have been Quinton. So Quinton, how do you transition somebody? Because normally people are very, when they're pregnant, they're very sort of reserved and they're very controlled and that sort of thing. And now you find someone that's hitting it out in Muay Thai while they are pregnant. How does that all happen?
Well, when you start training and you stop training and someone says you can't do that, as a human, and you're doing well, you're going to fight against it. It's human nature. And even if you're pregnant, you know you shouldn't do it, or you know you got a broken leg, you just healed it, you shouldn't do it, but you want to do it. But of course in our training, we always first check with the doctors to make sure, of course coming to business and logistics, and then make sure the jolting part doesn't happen. So then we work at things that you can adapt to, things that you shouldn't be doing, and we've done it for about 20 odd years now. So we've seen experiences. We had ladies who come in, walking in, we have to chase them out because their mind, also your hormones kick in. Everyone is different. People like to always generalize, but some people just, and they look good and we say, gotta take it easy. But at the stage she was, it was doable. And funny enough, someone came with their wife last night that was pregnant, similar to you, just a couple of months under, and said, could I do it? Could we help? And because they've seen the results that's happened.
So looking at the actual adaptation of this is Muay Thai, and now adapting this component of the pregnancy in that, what is that integral changes that happens? Is it special techniques? Is it additional training, or is it handling things in a different way?
You see,
what is that transition?
See, when you mention Muay Thai, people think it's fighting, skip and
dawn.
That's part of what I love, though.
Can't bend it more, and give it to somebody.
When I started teaching, I was there to teach, to help people using that structure to better their lives, healthy body, mind, and soul. And when you do it, you take certain elements. Some days we wouldn't punch. Some days I would do certain things to trigger the body to move, then see where she's at, because as a trainer, you have to be observed, and safety is number one. And then do certain things. Oh, I can't do this, and I know Kia, she's straight up. That's also very nice. She's not. You also got to make it sure, because it's liability and stuff. And we would work according to it, and we would do things as every martial arts or training is the same. It's just you have different rules to the type of sport you're playing. So if you can't punch there because of the stomach, you can punch high up. Though you would never do it normally, but you keep your action time natural.
Or just how to get yourself out of a position when you are locked in by someone. What do you do? So those are a couple of the things, and I think what's most important is it's back to basics. I'm at a level with Muay Thai where I could probably do that scoop. That's because I've got the Muay Thai history. And what Quinton was talking about earlier, I've actually got a knee injury as well. And as you know, when you're pregnant, everything goes soft and like chilled, in your body. So the knee is something we have to watch out for as well. So he does specialized training with me when he does the Muay Thai. But getting back to basics when taking a look at pregnancy and looking at defending first and then attacking after. And that's something I learned from Quinton, that he said to me, I thought, I'm just going to go in there, I'm just going to start like scooping the Owens and everything. And he said to me, no. Get yourself out of that situation. Do not go into a fight. Don't want a fight. So it's to first to get yourself out of that, And then obviously if you do find yourself stuck, then you're going to have to defend yourself in a different manner and start attacking. But it's the same with pregnancy as well. Where you can, be aware of your surroundings. Where you can, be focused. Make sure that you're always on the alert all the time, even if you've got your kids with you and you've got this belly as well.
So at the same time, you are saying that don't do things that might invite trouble.
There we go.
Although the trouble is someone else's responsibility because they've taken that decision.
But they're going to come at you whether you like it or not. Yes. Yeah.
So that's one of the key things. I remember one day Quinton telling me that, and I find this interesting, I'll part this with our viewers. He said that, he asked me how many fights was I in my life, and I said that I haven't been in any fights that I can remember. I always avoided these things, and he said, well, you could self-defense. And I think that's the focus of what you're saying. If you can avoid something, avoid it.
Exactly.
But so, I know that later we're going to do a practical demonstration. I'm going to stand on the side and watch that.
Because I might just hurt you, so
yes, that's what I'm saying. I got this vision of you like beating up some big guy and you're pregnant and that sort of thing. When all of this happens, going down on a physiological level, I know that we're not medical professionals and that sort of thing, but you have an incident, something happens and you respond. Are the actions that you are being trained to do, or that you're training her to do, are they the ones that do not affect the homeostatic position of the baby itself?
Well, when you train, example, let's, not get into martial arts in trouble. My teacher said each art is as good as you practice it. But when you're training in martial arts, as you say, we're back to basics. Without the bullet, there's no gun. Without the key, normally you can't start the car. So what we're doing is filling the bullet with the gunpowder. So what adapts, and the most important is making the person focus, but also confidence. So the training will give her the confidence to walk out. If something happens, she knows what she can do and what she can't do. And this is the importance.
This is about having the right reaction to an action. Because people during an attack, they do not think at all what they need to do. They just go wild.
They do.
So you're saying we will teach you how to deal with that.
And being confident in it.
You see, since I've started training with Quinton before I even fell pregnant, I've just learned how to, it's almost like you go into a calm state. You cannot panic when something's about to go down. You literally got to go in that zone. With a lot of practice, it does help, which is why we encourage people to actually look at the videos a couple of times on the ones that we do start the attack motions and things like that, or even with the defense as well, just to go through those pointers again, remember them, keep them in your mind, because I promise you, when you find yourself in that situation, you're going to go in that zone and you're going to know exactly what to do. It's going to become instinctive, I remember once I was walking down a road and I was feeling a little bit scared. There were some guys that were like coming at me, trying to be all like ruffian and stuff. And I promise you, I had my hand was doing this. I didn't even realize I was doing it. And I was getting ready and then later on I'm like, what am I doing? But it's because from the training, it got me into that motion. It's about creating awareness with people as well. I think we too quickly want to go to that fighting part. It's creating the awareness. What are you doing when you're walking around? You've got a really heavy bag with you. What side of your body is the bag sitting on? If someone were to come at you and your right arm is your strong arm and your bag is there and everything's being pulled on this side, you're not going to be able to help yourself. How are you going to hit this way when you haven't really trained? You know what I mean? So it really is getting back to those basics, but it's also to do it enough that it becomes ingrained within your how do you say, like just within every part of your mind, that it becomes automatic. And that's how you'll be able to protect yourself.
I mean, if you look at Kia, when we train the Muay Thai, which is funny because girls don't want to fight, they want to exercise, feel good, and look good. And it's never once think of like seeing the hands, but now that's what I said. Once you've got that and you, like I said, you're confident, and now we're talking about this, it becomes a natural reaction. You fight for what you believe in. And that's what we talk basics. If I do this, see, we didn't even rehearse this. Now everybody stops and looks. What do you just do?
I was wondering what's going on.
So this is what I wanted to do that hard
but
cut
you're doing
when
that
you're
TV
talking.
thing where you gotta like keep calm.
And that's where we actually have to, and that's what we call observe then react. So when you train, you go, because you used to hearing the sounds. Like I said, when kids come into a place of training, you know, where I was like a jungle gym for them. So they get used to people kicking, they're seeing the noises, so it becomes natural. So when we train, we talk about it.
Yeah,
but
we actually
she's
do.
got a knee problem. How do you, if you can't do
That
this
puts me
side?
at an even greater risk if someone comes at me.
So now,
Yeah.
before the martial arts, now, because we all know how to fight, we're born with it, I think instinctive. Now you can't do the knee, now you want to now get your cush looking good and this, but now you're feeling so down because you can't use the knee this side. So the way I would ask her, is it sore, is it not sore? Because as me, I need to find out. The more I'm asking, the more I'm learning. And this is where I adapt to her, and then she's going, oh, but this is fine. I'm going, the more difficult things that she didn't know that she could not do, she could do better than it, things that she thought she could do. So this is where we talk about instinct or basic training comes.
But I think the training itself as well, it helps with confidence. It actually helps to, you know, you walk away there feeling like, gosh, I just did that. I just did that session.
Which you didn't know you could
Which
do.
I didn't know I could do in the first place. So it's quite an achievement. And every time you come back for more, it just becomes bigger and greater and better. Now when I walk down, I've got to, you know, walk down a passageway somewhere or walk down an alleyway somewhere, wherever I am, I have a little bit more confidence inside me. I can stand up a bit straighter and I'm ready for it because I'm checking all the time what's going on, who's in my surroundings, where is everybody standing, sitting, talking. I know it sounds weird
It sounds really
and it sounds
military.
quite intense, yeah. It does sound quite military. But that's what it teaches you. It becomes just a part of your life. And like I said again, it's the reality of the situation right now. We're not trying to be all scary and everything. We're just trying to be like, okay, if you do find yourself in this, what do you do? Nothing wrong with equipping people with tools at the end of the
It's
day
like anything
to
else in
protect
life. People need to
themselves.
be equipped on various levels.
Yes.
Learn how to speak, learn how to
Yes.
do that, and
Yes.
the other. The campaign's been going for a few weeks now. What's the response been?
Oh, yeah.
The funny enough, I just wanted to say, you mentioned, like, just before you mentioned campaign, we never sat down to go and, I don't look at YouTube and Facebook and seeing, I come from reality, you know, and a
It's like,
flat,
I watched the movies and I
Yeah.
get in the karate zone for a few days. And after
I'm a
that,
social media freak, so you have to
in
excuse
the
me.
street, the most thing
Yeah.
works out 90% is a flatty, they call it the flat hand,
Yes.
you know, in the self-defense.
Quinton, you're not doing
You
this.
know,
yet.
no.
Because the last time I got it.
Oh, boy, did he give me a flat?
So that's why when we did this, we didn't look at to try and get media. We did it because we felt. And then when I looked at YouTube and stuff, it's never been done. No one's even thought about
That
it.
is the interesting part, that I did a bit of research before we actually went into this, and I saw that there wasn't really
Anyone that
many
took this.
people are not really and I was quite shocked to see that there wasn't anything that could help me. That was one of the reasons why I went to him, because I said, I'm looking online and I can't find anything.
Yes.
Nothing that can help me.
So while other people were looking for what type of nappies I need to buy
Nappies
online,
and-
what was
yeah.
going, you were deciding to look
Well,
for
I was
how
doing a
to
bit
get
of both. One has to be
Yes.
balanced.
Yes,
But you know what I mean? So it was very interesting to find out that there isn't really anything out there. I mean, I don't want to say that there's nothing out there, because maybe there is, but when I searched, I didn't find any information.
Because when Kay approached me, I said, no, of course, let's do it.
And it was more just like, okay, let's do this, let's check it out. Would love to show people out there what it's about. Great thing that we can actually teach people out there how to defend themselves, you know, while being pregnant, and boom, it's just like exploded into something amazing.
Because how I first thought when she told me, I always see ladies, but I say to you, do you carry cash or you carry a card? She said,
Yeah.
you carry a card.
Yeah, carry
So I go to the ATM machine, I see the woman got the bags, kids, this, and they talk, and they're not even focused on the screen. And one of the most weapons, you can call it, is a credit card.
Correct, yes.
You know, I mean, you can think what you can do with it. If you're looking self-defense from the eyes, the throat, anything. And
Oh, from that point of view, I never
Yes,
thought
no,
about
you've
see-
spoken
That's
about this to
interesting,
me, and it's like but you do have to, he has to show you like what.
how to do it. Yes.
yeah, and then people saying, oh yeah, we're just doing it to get, I was like, no. I mean, today's world, I mean, you look at it, people say, but no one's going to touch kids because, you know, we all learn, you know, leave the woman children out. But when you become povertized, where you have no money and you're on drugs and you're living that code, which we all think we know from movies, and it's not the movies. That's why I said this is the reality which we're talking about.
Quinton, you know that, so you can truly say one day that when Kia's child is growing up, you can tell him, you know what, I protected you before you even rocked up here. And you know,
That's so cute.
It's nice having you guys on the program.
Thank you.
I know
Thank
that
you.
you're going to go into some demonstrations, one or two, because I think it's important that our viewers sitting at home are probably saying, well, I know that Kia can now protect herself. I'm sitting at home pregnant. They're not showing me how to do anything. So I think show them one or two things that could perhaps, basic things. Because I know the one thing I like about Quinton is he shows you these most basic things and you sit there thinking to yourself,
But why
oh,
didn't
I
I
just
think
never
of
thought
that?
about it.
Yes.
But he doesn't realize that we are not all wired like that. You are wired that way, and it's nice of you to impart that knowledge to people. So we're going to go over to that, and we'll catch up with our viewers a bit later.
Okay.
Stay tuned. When we come back from the break, we're going to look at the action in the action. I told you guys that I have two people that are full of action, and we're going to see that happen now.
So I've heard about it. I've actually got it. I know what it looks like. But how the heck do I use it? Help me, Quinton.
The interceptor, the pepper spray.
Okay.
I'm sure a lot of people have spoken about it. They said it works. I can tell you personally, it does work. But you get different types of pepper spray. You get the fog pepper spray. You get a direct stream, which this is one I recommend. So if I'm standing here and I've got my back turned and my bad guy grabs me, and now how are you going to do a spray? Try and defend the spray. Try and stop it. See, now we have a problem, right? Now get my hands away, push it away. Now what's going to happen? By spray, I'm not going to do it 100%. So now what we're going to do is by timing and distance. This is where if you're pregnant, you have a baby. If you grab me, grab stop. From here, distance keep here. You try and grab tight to me. Straight away, you go close. Just empty that spray out. Push. You trip. Push me down. No. Push me down. Now push me on the floor. And I'll fall down. Remember, keep it close to you. Right? Same thing, you got direct spray. But try not to show where you grab this. Grab, no, other hand, grab. See, now you're going to have a problem. Push my hands down. Now you're in trouble. Now it becomes actually a weapon against you. So always keep it closer to your body. So again, if I fall, you come on top of me. Keep your hands, your feet out. Also protects the baby. And keep a hand out and you just point wherever you look at. You keep. Also, anything you have, train with it. Don't do this. You come for me, just grab me, just grab. And guess what happens? I press the cap. And that's what a lot of instances does happen. So make sure you know how to use your equipment.
So just remember those 3 key points. You need to be aware, you need to use your common sense, and you also need to focus. So I know we'd all love to have a Quinton in our life to protect us. I wish I could hire you to be like my permanent bodyguard, but unfortunately in our daily lives, you have to learn how to defend yourself. So touching on the other scenarios that we were discussing in previous episodes, we're talking about getting in and out of your car. Sounds so basic, hey? But imagine a guy's coming at you and he's trying to literally attack you. What do you do? What do I do?
Well, first let's see how you would do it.
First going to get my bag on a proper spot. Let me do this. It's my easiest
Good.
one. This is my strong side, my weakest side. Get my keys out first. Oop, where are they? Oh, here they are. Found them. So I'll close my bag again. Luckily, everything nice and secure. Okay, so
maybe another scenario, next time, maybe put the keys where it's easier to be found.
like in my pocket if I have a pocket.
In a pocket or somewhere that's in your compartment that you know you can get straight access to it without going through all your, your lipstick
Good
and
tip.
all that stuff. Just make the second shorter quicker.
Okay, got that. Right, so I'm walking towards the car and I'm click. Gonna open up the door and I'm about to get in.
Ma'am, just some money for me, please.
No, sorry, I
Just some
don't have
money for me,
anything.
please.
No.
Please, can I have some
No,
money?
back off!
Please.
I said back off!
Please, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Okay, now what do? This guy's not leaving me alone. I'm actually gonna hurt him. I'm a little bit scared of myself.
So already you
but
can,
yeah, what
you
do I
can
do?
see. I'm gonna look for a compartment that's free. And exactly where the key's gonna be. Okay. So when I'm walking to my car, I'm gonna open it up, keep the control. Straight from here, I can see, and I'm looking around, voila. Got my keys, straight there. Zip it up straight, close it. Remember, it says look around, beep beep beforehand to make sure. If it doesn't seem right, rather turn back, go to we have to make a phone call. Okay, so beep beep, I open. I look around, open the door. Remember, you have the door as a cover and as using it to help you for balance. When we have the baby, is your leg inside the car? Is it outside? So just before we're getting in, we open the door, maybe my hand's on the steering wheel. Maybe what I do is when you come to me asking me for money,
Madam, 5 cents,
see, I've dropped my bag already, straight from here. I put it into it. I've got my hand on the steering wheel. Please don't touch me. Stay away, I'm warning you. Please, please. See, lock the door, reverse, go. That's it. We see it every day. It works. You know, but we've got to give the command. But what happens? If I get into the car, and now this now starts becoming. Now the situation changes.
Come on, madam.
As I got, let my hand go. Let my hand go. You see, you easy, relax, control, and you grab again. So now they know. All you have to do is from here, you hold. You lift your knee up and you snap into the kneecap. There, you hold on to the steering wheel. There, pull down. Pull down your hand. Okay? Because what happens when you kick weight and you buckle? How would your hands go as natural?
Yeah.
Your power would be naturally, that's it.
Yeah.
So when my hand comes up, poke to the eyes, straight ahead, close that door, lock it. And then start your car, relax, put it in, look left and right, control and breathe in, breathe out. Keep the breathing, keep relaxed.
So remember, you can have your key as a weapon. Keep your bag on your weaker side, leaving your stronger side open in case you need to help yourself out. You know what I mean? Start your car. Rather get into your car.
Man, some money for me, please.
No, sorry,
please.
I don't have anything.
Please, I'm hungry.
No,
I need some
sorry,
money,
I don't.
please,
I
please.
don't.
I'm asking you.
Hey,
please,
back
no.
off!
No, please.